Live and kicking. What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's going on, people? What's popping? What's live in the building? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's good, everyone? Welcome to the Tech and Chill Show, Sunday Night Live edition. I'm your host Ben from the Lover of Tech channel, and this is this week's episode of the Tech and Chill Show live podcast on YouTube and also live streaming on Periscope Twitter. So if you do follow me on Twitter, get in the link in the description below. Hit me up on Twitter. I've got the live stream posted on my profile pinned to the top. So we're there as well. So yeah, come join the conversation. But the main conversation is definitely in the YouTube comment section. So if you don't know, get to know, get over here right now and let's join the main conversation about the tech topics for this week. I've got my drink, my diluted Ribena. Whew, I love the show, man. I look forward to engaging with my audience. So I'm still a little bit under the weather, but it's all clearing out my system. Yeah, man, we're out here. What's good? What's going on, everyone? Quick housekeeping rules. I've got a slightly new audio setup that I'm kind of experimenting with. So I'm going to need a bit of feedback from you guys in terms of how I'm sounding audio-wise. Let me try and see if I can bump up. Yellow, mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Let me know how the audio sounds like with the background music, if you can hear the background music well and if it's not overshadowing me, if you feel like I need more volume coming through. This is a new microphone that I'm setting up, so a bit more discreet off camera so you can see me, I can focus on you, we can have a conversation, we can talk about today's topics, three main topics: Razer Phone 2, my impressions of the Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3 XL after announcement, having to use it myself, and also how I've kind of been very active on Twitter and very expressive about what I think about the Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3 XL. So definitely let me know what you guys think about that, and also the expectations of the OnePlus 6T event. Because if you guys were on last week's live stream, Tech Valor jumped in and was given a perspective of what OnePlus are doing on the American market, which is very interesting. So I kind of wanted to chime in and kind of, you know, bring in the expectations of what we are expecting from OnePlus, and are they really now going to bring out a phone that it can be worthy of being called a true flagship killer? Because in a lot of ways, man, they're kind of innovating and bringing something new to the table that no other manufacturer they've been able to do on a global scale. Think about this, on a global scale. So yeah, man, I'm definitely looking forward to that. There's other devices, other miscellaneous devices that I also want to, you know, show for people to talk about as well. I talked to a couple of my other UK creative buddies about this Galaxy A9 that finally got announced as well. The quad camera smartphone, the world's first rear quad camera smartphone, which is a very interesting take. But where it's an interesting take is not just the price point of £549 starting, but the fact that it's meant to be actually, you know, positioned as a mid-range device. Who is this device for? Because Samsung have pretty much done a 1 2 3 4 launch, and what I basically mean about that is you've got the J4 Plus, which is a single camera at the rear, J6 Plus, which is a dual camera at the rear, but both are using TFT LCD panels, and then you've got the Galaxy A7, which is a mid-range device with a triple rear camera, which we're going to go through what features and, you know, what they do and whatnot. And the Galaxy A9, 4 cameras. Who needs 4 cameras? Is it relevant? Is it a gimmick? Oh man, we got stuff to talk about. We've got stuff to talk about. But so far in terms of house rules, you guys are saying audio sounds nice. Are you guys hearing the background music? Did you like the new intro track? I look forward to all those little things about the live show. You know, I kind of make it feel like it's a radio show that you're listening to. So let me know what you guys think. Quick house rules. Let me jump into the comment section and see what's good with my Lover of Tech family, Team TLS, the Tech Lover Squad, the Notification Squad. If you got that notification in your comments, give me a thumbs up, let me know. Fresh Tech TV. What's up, Courtney in the house? What's good, people? If you're in the live stream, man, even if you don't comment a lot, if you're watching, man, just drop a comment and just say, hey, we're in here. I'll probably be listening. Yeah, appreciate it, man. HVT1, yep, nice, hello, welcome. Bismarck Val, okay, what's good? Audio's good, yes, crispy audio. So audio sounding on point, we're liking that, we're liking that, we're liking that, we're liking that, it's good. The notch on a pixel, like, why, man? We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about if this Pixel 3, especially the Pixel 3 XL, are worth it. And I'm going to be giving it to you from the UK perspective as well. I'm going to show you prices, spec for spec. I'm going to try and understand what Google are trying to bring to the table, because, I mean, a bit of a spoiler, if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, man, I think the phone is DOA. I think the phone is dead on arrival. I think the phone isn't bringing enough to the plate for what they're offering. You know, and this was something I was having as an honest conversation with one of my Google Connects as well. So, sorry, we're gonna talk about that. OnePlus rebranded Oppo. Used to be different. The G7 one looks intriguing. I wish LG would take that approach with their flagships. Yeah, I mean, you know, I just watched Hardware Canucks' review on it, but Android Authority with David Emil did a really good video on that as well. Snapdragon 835, it's kind of like an homage or a throwback to the Google Play Edition phones from back in the day. The consistent Marof, what's good? A9 camera sucks according to reviewers, mediocre quality. No, but this is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about who this phone is for, what this phone is meant to showcase, and what this phone is meant to actually, you know, it bring to the table. We're gonna have that discussion. That's gonna be the miscellaneous topics at the end. So we're gonna have a conversation about that. So yeah, man, looking forward to seeing what's good. Morris, okay, in our house, what's good? What's popping? Audio quality is a lot of improvement. Okay, nice. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I like the fact that you guys are thinking that the audio quality is nice. Started watching on Periscope, but moved over to YouTube instead. Audio sounds great. Yeah, boy. Welcome to the YouTube family. This is where the main conversation is at. You could definitely hit me in the comments. I've got a couple of moderators in there, so if you guys misbehave, they'll be on your case before I can even jump on you lot. So beware. I've got moderators up in here, so beware. So hope you guys are good. Right. Let's get this kicking. Let's get this kicking. I think we've got everyone in the house. Tech Valor, hola. What's good, lady? What's good? Welcome to the live stream. Got my drink, non-alcohol, Ribena, diluted drink. Woohoo! All right, let's see how we can get this kicking. Let me pull this window here. Boom. And then what else have I got? Let me close down a couple of things so this laptop isn't crying its eyes out. Alright, let me open another window. Let's bring this up. So Razer Phone 2. Bring up the trusted GSM Arena. Let's just run through the specifications first. Bam, bam, bam. Haha. Okay, Razer. Okay. What are Razer doing up in here? I think Razer are bringing some heat to the table. I think Razer are really bringing something very unique to the table. Now, I'm gonna obviously, full disclosure, I went to the Razer event last year for the Razer Phone 1, and it was a phone that I expected nothing out of. Obviously, if you guys know the acquisition of Nextbit, if you guys never got a chance to see the Nextbit Robin phone, it was a startup, you know, Indiegogo campaign that, you know, was kind of meant to be a smartphone that was based on cloud, right? It didn't really go that well, unfortunately. Great idea. It was meant to intelligently offload your files for you and your apps for you that you weren't using, so you never run out of space, you know. So great idea. Nextbit didn't go too well. Razer acquired them. And I think for their first phone last year, for what they brought to the table, I think they did really well. They brought some unique assets onto a phone that really made them stand out. And it wasn't necessarily because it was classed as a gaming phone per se, but it's what they were kind of like embracing. They embraced your traditional 16:9 brute force of a phone. That's the best way I can put it, right? They embrace the brute forceness of what they can bring with their reputation to a smartphone, right? In terms of raw specifications, 8 gigabytes of RAM as standard, no other SKU, right? Adaptable storage. That's one thing that I want in more micro SD supported smartphones. Adaptable storage is basically where you've got your embedded internal storage, i.e. 64 gig 128, but when you put a fast enough class 10 supported SD card into your smartphone, you can actually format both storages and the phone will see it as one internal storage. That's one way where you can really boost up the phone storage and install apps on there. It supports adaptable storage. One of only few flagship phones that actually support that, because that kind of feature actually mostly ends up being on mid-range phones, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. You know, you kind of want that to be on a flagship feature. So it's one of those, it was just one of those things that I found very interesting, right? So they got that in play. Cool. I like that. I dig that. I'm feeling that. Definitely feeling that. And let me go back, pause. Let me just set up play. Give me 1 minute, give me 1 minute, give me 1 minute. I'm just making sure that the stream is running as buttery smooth as possible. Okay, we set affinity. And let me check the comment section to see. Looks like you're rocking Aperture. What's Everyday Dad in the house? What's good? Hero in the house? What's good? What's good? The Razer Phone 2 though, trust me, Razer Phone 2 is beast. We're gonna get to that. It's beast. It's absolutely beast. What's up, my friend? What's good, Tony? Tony from my Project 13 in the house. What's popping? What's good? Jeremy, what's good, brother? What's good, fam? Jeremy's a OnePlus fan, so for sure, man, he's gonna enjoy tonight's topic, man. Razer Phone 2. So now the Razer Phone 2. Let me chime in on the specifications at the minute, man. GSM network, coming out later on. Glass and rig front glass and aluminium body, as well as a glass back, nano SIM card. Finally, ingress protection 6.7 water and dust resistance, up to 1 meter for 30 minutes in water, which, considering how big these front facing speaker grills are, which are unapologetically blocked brick in your face 16:9 aspect ratio, right? To do ingress protection in there and also improve the decibel output without distortion of the audio is very impressive. Very impressive, because that was kind of the things that was probably one of the things about the smartphone that people were complaining about, that it didn't feel enough like your everyday smartphone, right? It felt too clinical as a gaming phone, right? But there was too many shortcomings that didn't allow it to be that way, right? Cool. So big credit to Razer for making that happen, man. So the IGZO display, which is the iridium gallium zinc oxide what you call IPS LCD display, 5.7 inches. You've got still a 1440p resolution display at 2560 by 16 by 1440. That is at the 16:9 aspect ratio, traditional multi-touch, obviously Gorilla Glass 5, which I really do not like. A wider color gamut which supports HDR, and the holy grail, quad high definition with 120 hertz. Oh my god, it hurts so much. 120 hertz display with improved maximum continuous brightness of 650 nits. Sign me up. That display, I don't care what anyone says. My dream is to have that resolution specification on an OLED panel by Samsung, because we can all agree when it comes to display technology, Samsung make the best displays. But I cry for this sharp display, right? I cry for it. I want high refresh rate. I like, this just let this display get married to a Note 9 display and I'm happy. Trust me. Oh man, this display, and I'm really, really glad they tackled the brightness. The brightness was an issue before. I'm glad they tackled the brightness. The brightness is looking on point. That's something I really want to see in person. Obviously, it's running Android Oreo. It's planned to upgrade to 9.1 because it's using Nova Launcher Prime as the default launcher. So you are getting a stock Android experience, which is going to be very important to where I think this phone sits, especially against the next phone we're going to talk about, which is the Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3 XL. Snapdragon 845 as standard, second generation 10nm chip, octa-core based processor, Adreno 630, micro SD card up to 512, which supports adaptable storage. Base storage of 64 gigabytes is something I have an issue with, but the fact that it does support adaptable storage with the micro SD card, I can forgive it because you can format that storage for it to be one whole storage read on the phone, which I'll forgive it for. 8 gigabytes of RAM, more RAM please, thank you. And again, I'm straight. Anyone getting this phone or expecting this phone to be the best in terms of camera optics as well as image signal processing for photos and videos, don't get this phone for that. Let's just call it out. But one thing I can appreciate is if we break down the camera specifications, the main rear camera is a 12 megapixel camera, f1.8 aperture, a 25mm equivalent to wide angle of a full frame lens, a 1/2.55 inch sensor, which is not bad. You're looking at, in terms of size of sensor, it sits somewhere between an iPhone 10 and a Galaxy Note 9 in terms of sensor size, like physical sensor size, right? 1.4 micron, so obviously the pixels are actually very big. And what it's using is dual pixel phase detection autofocus with optical image stabilization. So they really improved it hardware wise already compared to last year, as well as having a telephoto zoom lens, which I actually don't think last year it did. I think it had a simulated, you know, ×2 effect like what you were getting with the OnePlus 5T and above, right? So it looks like they've actually added a telephoto zoom lens, which is my favorite in terms of, you know, different focal length. A lot of people say ultra wide, but I prefer telephoto zoom lens on a rear camera personally. F2.6, not that much light, a much smaller sensor as at 1/3.1 inch, 1.0 micron pixel size, but that's to be expected, right? But one thing that they've done really well on here is really tackled the video shooting capabilities of this phone. 4K 60 frames a second, I like that. 120 frames a second, which I really wish it was 240 just to showcase the power of the Snapdragon. And also the front-facing camera is 8 megapixels, is f2.4, and it does 1080p 60 frames a second, just like the iPhone XS Max and the iPhone XS, which do 1080p 60 frames a second. What else? So Dolby Atmos, loudspeakers, no headphone jack, 4,000 milliamp hour battery. This phone, to me, coming in at $799 is an absolute beast. Absolute beast. I'm trying to... Okay, there we go. So yeah, my song selection was getting a bit out of hand, so I just wanted to make sure that that was in check. Let me check something right quick. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Cool. Let me check the comment section. I know I probably ran through the specs as in-depth, but as quickly as possible. I like specs. Specs don't matter, but they matter to me. So I've got to bring it. I've got to spray the specs for you guys so you see what's good. Cool. Well, let's see. Hit that like button, y'all. Thank you. Thank you, Tech Valor. I appreciate that. What's good? Gonna cop that 6T, you already know. Of course. Man like LOT VP, what's good, Veeps? Yo, Safina, what's good? Excommunicado, what's good? People are joining this live stream. I want 120 hertz on that S10. Yes, I do. I don't care for 4K. I do not want ultra high definition. I want wide quad high definition plus 2960 by 1440p at 120 hertz with a very bright and colorful OLED panel. That's my dream. If I have that on the display, that's it. I don't want no more. I don't need no more. I want that, please. Like, 120 hertz for VR, right, would be so sick for mobile VR. Imagine, right? And just the fluidity, it's just buttery, like getting toast out the stuff and just 120 hertz on that. So come on, man, I want that. Please, please. Hope you're having a great evening. I am. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you coming through. LOL. He has so much. I prefer a wide angle lens on the back rather than the front. I prefer a wide angle at the front rather than the back. Trust me, it's better because of group selfies. So that's something I'm going to praise the Pixel 3 for later on. The Razer phone isn't sold here, unfortunately. Where are you based? Where are you based? That display though, yep. You called me about the internal. I'm so used to flagships not being able to integrate so cards, SD card storage. That makes the Razer phone valuable. Trust me, it's such a tech fella. I'm telling you, adoptable storage is something that was available on Android phones since Android version 6 Marshmallow, and it is such an underrated feature that you only find it working on mid-range Android phones that support SD cards, because obviously some flagship phones on the Android space don't support SD cards. You're only getting that from people like LG and Samsung, but they don't enable adoptable storage, right? Which to me is just such a downer. Right, so that was one thing that when we're at the Razer event last year at the Science Museum in London, when they said that, oh, it supports adoptable storage, I was like, thank you, like they're listening. And I think it makes more sense because it is honestly such a cost-effective way to have genuine internal storage. What that basically means is they can subsidize the cost of the device, make it 64 gigabytes. You get a really good micro SD card for a low price, format it, whether it's a 128 gig, 256, whatever you want to get, format it, and you've got one complete storage on there, right? And the flexibility of that is awesome. So imagine, you know, adoptable storage is such a low key, just like the IR Blaster, is such a low key underrated feature that it's one of the things that makes the Razer phone such an invaluable phone when it comes to the worthy of it, right? And let me throw this out there. Unpopular opinion, I always say this here, I'm not a fan of stock Android, but before you fire your pitchforks at me and try and run at me and try and say like, Ben, lover of tech, you're crazy. Stock Android is the butter. Come on, right? Stock Android is life. Not for me. I appreciate and respect stock Android, so I'm gonna throw it out there that is one of the things people rave about, right? The Razer phone has stock Android, right? So with all these specs at $799, right? I think with the fact that Razer's on generation 2, they've got a glass back with wireless charging now, with a light up RGB logo. Let me try and find a video of that RGB logo, man. That RGB logo is sick. Let me try and see if I can find that RGB logo. YouTube. I'm a bit excited tonight, so I'm telling you, man, the Razer phone is a phone that like legit. Let me try and find my buddy TLD. TLD did some hella crispy moves on the Razer phone. Where is it? There we go. Let me try and shout out to TLD. You guys know about him, so obviously go check him out. Let me try and see where that RGB logo is. Like, look at that opening shot. Oh, check that though. Come on, and that RGB supports chroma. It supports notification lights that are specific to apps that you can actually chime it to. Come on, that is such a nice touch. It's a gimmicky touch, but it's a nice gimmicky touch nonetheless. Come on now. Now they've made it a bit more elegant. It's not like, oh, you know, it's a bit more elegant. It's not gonna win any awards in terms of a phone that feels absolutely comfortable in the hand. This is where the newer generation devices with the 18:9 or the 19:9 aspect ratios are winning, because you're getting a taller aspect ratio, more real estate, but in a less wider phone that feels a bit more comfortable in the hand, right? The Razer phone is unapologetically 16:9 in terms of aspect ratio. It's wide. It's got big speaker grills at the top. That's you need man hands, like genuine, like, you know, ear tree, big dwarf from Thor hands. I still find that such a cliche, like a dwarf was just bigger than Thor. So shout out to Infinity War fans. Drinks finished, but I'm gonna top up. Kaiser Reveal in the house. What's good, bro? What's good? What's good? What's popping? Yo, you guys, I got wifey in the stream. Let me make my wife a moderator. Put no, oh no, I didn't mean to put I didn't mean to put you on timeout, baby. Sorry. No, oh gosh, add moderator. I legit like just put my wife on timeout on the live stream. Oh, I'm sorry. I was meant to put her as a moderator. So shout out to see if you guys want to see my wife on the live streams, but yeah, let me know if you guys want to see wife on the live streams, but she's in the live stream right now. So let me just go into the comment section quickly. That display though, yep. Dude, could you maybe look at the ZTE Nubia? I have no access to any ZTE phones, so sorry. You definitely can't do adaptable storage on a Samsung. You 100%, trust me, from the S7 on version 6 of Marshmallow was when it was enabled, and that was the thing I was looking forward to the most when the S7 launched. I was at the S7 London event when it was getting streamed at Mobile World Congress in Spain. I'm telling you, I was up in that settings. I was speaking to them on the shop floor like, yo, where is adaptable storage? And it was just, my man, come on, give me the adaptable storage, man. So yeah, adaptable storage is hella clutch. Razer stepped up their game so much. Trust me, big time. Razer's just mad. I'll take 64 all day and my SD card and I'll do adaptable storage. Trust me. Indeed, stock Android is bare bones. This got me thinking, if Google XL is a gaming phone, maybe that's what Google were trying to do. Google, oh, listen, Google's about to get roasted a bit tonight still. I'm just gonna put it out there. The RGB logo is crazy good looking. Trust me, it's so clean. Imagine Samsung Galaxies with stock Android user experience. That would be great. Yeah, I guess, but I'm not really a stock Android fan on a flagship phone because I feel like the features are boring, personally. What do you think, Nova 98? Hey, first time I've seen you in here. What's up? What do you think about the foldable phone that Samsung is going to release? What are your thoughts on the benefits of the foldable phone? I have no thoughts. And you know what? I'm glad I have no thoughts. I'm glad I have no thoughts about what I think the benefit of this foldable phone is going to be or not. For once, like this, the tech scene gets leaked of everything so bad, i.e. I'm looking at you, Pixel 3, since you've been leaked since May, that it makes it too predictable. I have no idea the benefits, the pros and cons of this supposed foldable phone that's going to be showcased from Samsung. And I'm so glad. For once, it's probably one of only few products that I'm going to be like, I have no idea who it's going to be for. It's going to feel like the first generation of the Note, right? Where I just had no idea. Like, I want to have no idea for once. So I don't have any thoughts or no idea on the benefits of this foldable phone or not. I just want it to come out so I can see what it's about. So that's my 2 cents on it. Laugh aloud. I wonder if the speaker works as a rumble pack on the radio. True. You know, yeah, oh, man, I really want to get hands on with the Razer phone 2 like I did last year with the Razer phone 1. Big time, man. Someone is going to be in time out. It was an accident. I did not mean to put my wife on time out. Yes, bring wife on the live stream. Yep. All worked out. I'm skeptical of the wrong camera of the against. Yeah. Cool. The Razer phone, at the prices coming out, I think a lot of people are saying that, oh, £100 more than before, $100 than before. Is it well priced? I think they are bringing their own unique intangibles to the table that warrants them to charge that kind of money. And let me tell you where their intangibles are that other smartphone manufacturers are not doing to their level. No one, yeah, forget OLED, no one has a quad high definition 1440p resolution display that is bright and has 120 Hertz on there. No one's doing that. No flagship phone has adaptable storage with micro SD card and internal storage, right? And as a nice little sprinkle on there, no one has a glow up RGB on their phone. I know the ROG gaming phone is out there, but Razer are bringing this phone out before that phone has even been released. So actually, technically speaking, Razer's in a much more commanding position than them, right? At that price point, coupling the fact that it's got 8 GB of RAM, Snapdragon 845, right? A stock Android experience, which people, for whatever they like on an Android phone, value that a lot more than, like, people like to call it skinned Android, which I don't really like calling it skinned because I don't think it's skinned Android, right? It's another operating system working alongside native Android. Personally, that's how I like to see it. And an improved camera hardware, which again, it's yet to be tested, but looks like on paper leaps and bound improvement with IP68, so IP67 ingress protection, water and dust resistance, right? With best in class speakers on a smartphone for external speakers, right? All these things coupled with the fact that there's no notch, so you get a full display experience, right? I would say in some ways, maybe the phone should have been priced at £750, but in some ways, they are bringing their own intangibles that no other smartphone, especially on the flagship level, has for them to charge that extra £100. So again, by principle, I don't agree with any flagship phone being anything more than £650, you know. But with that being said, I actually think the Razer Phone 2 is worth the price over the Pixel 3. Come at me. Let's go. Let's have the discussion in the comment section below right now. Come at me. I think the Razer Phone 2 is worth it more than the Pixel 3, especially compared to the Pixel 3 XL. And I'm gonna prove, right, from my perspective, why the Pixel 3 XL especially isn't even, it's like it's dead on arrival to me. And I don't believe that having arguably in some ways a mix of subjectivity and objectivity, right, the best in class smartphone camera is going to be enough for the Pixel 3 XL. Personally, I just don't think it's enough. I honestly do not think it's going to be enough. I'm not going to take anything away from Google. From what I've used and what I've used of the Pixel 3 and what I've seen of the Pixel 3, I'm going to give it props what is done and what it's got going well for it. I will give it that props. But I think in its own enclosed bubble, I feel like they're trying to behave like Apple and they don't have that exclusivity to their software and experience for them to command the price that they're charging for such, to be honest, very box standard hardware. Very box standard hardware. So I'm putting it out there. Agreed. The Skepta, okay. I have no complaints with the price. Yep, zero. I'm the only complaint I would say is that make it £50 cheaper. That's it. £750, $750. Apart from that, when you're looking at their intangibles on a hardware level and the fact that, let's be honest, a lot of people rant and rave about stock Android, which is fair. It offers stock Android experience. Okay, maybe not the latest version of Android Pie. That's something that I feel like they could have done better on. But the fact that it's running the underlying pinions of stock Android, there's a quicker chance that through Project Treble, it is going to be able to get Android 9 Pie a lot quicker. I agree. The Razer phone is priced better than the Pixel 3 XL and the normal Pixel 3. And the normal Pixel 3. It's the same price as the normal Pixel 3, right? But look how much more you're getting, and the fact that people value software experience so highly because of stock Android, you're getting stock Android as well. So you can't tell me, yeah, the fact that the Pixel 3 supposedly, subjectively, and objectively, depending on who you are as a person, which I'm going to explain who I'm falling under that person, right? A better camera, right, in inverted commas, that it's going to be enough. Nah, G, nah. Nah, that Pixel 3, to me, right now, and this is not me hating on the Pixel 3, but I just feel like they are dead on arrival, period. So come at me. I feel like the Pixel 3 is still more practical and satisfactory for the masses. Yeah, that's why the Pixel 2 sold so well last year, because the masses wanted that phone. Nah, the masses ain't satisfied with that. Trust me. The masses were satisfied with a heavily skinned version of Android on a Samsung phone, yeah, and an exclusive software that is not available on any other phone known as iOS, i.e. iPhone. So, nah, nah. The only vanilla I like is on my ice cream. I don't care about stock Android either. Yes, unpopular opinion. We don't care for stock Android on a flagship phone. But on Android One, it's good. I feel like you can't come out with one camera on a smartphone in 2018. No, you can't. Like, no. No. And this isn't because, oh, we can do portrait mode with a single camera lens. No, it's not about portrait mode. It's about different focal lengths and having different flexibilities to be able to capture your moments in more situation. If you are putting a wide angle camera on the front, why is that not relevant at the back? Why are you giving me a wide angle for the front, but you're not giving me a different focal length at the back? Why is that not relevant? This is what I mean about Google are kind of contradictory in how they're doing their camera hardware. It's weird. Like, I can't, like, no. Yeah, Pixel is marketed more for the masses. Razer shouldn't box himself into a gaming sector. And I agree, and I think they took that on the chin. The vibration motor, wireless charging, ingress protection, you know, all these things, right? And a much bigger battery as well. And the Razer phone is pretty much one of the only phones last year that not only supported Quick Charge 4.0 plus out of the box, but actually gave you the charging brick out of the box as well. Most of the new generation phones with the Snapdragon 845, minus the Samsung phones because of the whole Exynos and Snapdragon segmentation, support Quick Charge 4.0, but only give you the 3.0 plug. Razer was the only one last year that gave you the 4.0 plus plug and supported it internally, and they're doing it this year, right? So they are doing things, and they took it on the chin. They are doing things that make the phone much more friendly. Again, we have to admit, it's not an elegant phone. It hasn't got the finesse and the physique or the sleekness of a Galaxy flagship phone that will appeal to the masses, right? It doesn't have that je ne sais quoi. That, you know, it does a bit now because of the glass back with the functionality of wireless charging, that unique touch of the RGB lighting, but it's still got that kind of like vulgarity of a gaming phone, right? Yes, you know, but what are thoughts of what the masses want? Yeah, Google are still not it. I'm sorry, they're not. They're not. And I'm going to touch on it right now. Let's talk about the Pixel 3 XL. And I'm going to start it a bit differently. I'm going to talk about the Pixel 3 a bit differently in terms of why I think it's dead on arrival, why I think it's not worth it, why I think Google need to really rethink their hardware strategy, because what they're trying to ride on in terms of just software, I just don't think is good enough. And what they're trying to ride on in terms of, you know, camera hardware and software, which is great, I still don't think is good enough, because I think as a complete package, I can't 100% call it the best overall camera. You can call it the best point and shoot camera, especially for the selfie camera, right? For pictures, in terms of pick up, point and shoot, make me look all contrasty, sharp and crispy, put it up on social media, nice and crispy, fine, cool. Give that to the Pixel 2. Give that to the Pixel 3. I appreciate that about that phone. And things like Top Shot, I was talking to my man Courtney from Fresh Tech TV, all these things, like, I praised it. But no 4K 60 frames per second, from what I could tell, no 1080p 240 frames a second, right? No super slow motion mode, right? Bro, no, like 4 gigabytes of RAM only, right? No expandable storage, and what you're telling me with no expandable storage is you're giving me only 64 gig and 128. There isn't a 256 option, and you lot are complaining about the iPhone XR. Fam, Google are bumping you lot. Google are bumping you lot. Let me come back to the comment section. Fresh Tech TV, excommunicado. Google are trying to get back at that market share. They lost so much with the Pixel 2. They lost bare stuff at that Pixel. Pixel 2 was whack. Apart from the camera, it was so whack. It didn't do well in stores at all. It didn't. Don't you think that the Razer is a better deal than the Note 9? No, it's not. It's not a better deal than the Note 9. The Note 9 has its own intangibles, plus Samsung have a much stronger retail presence as well. So you're getting a much better support system that you're buying into. It's a much better in terms of mobile phone brand recognition. So it's not a better deal. It's on par in its own way, but it's not a better deal. It's not a better deal. Samsung's a bit more well established in that retrospect. Let's go back. Razer's unapologetically gaming focused. Let me pick this up. All right, so Razer's unapologetically gaming focused. If they rounded those corners and compromised audio slightly for a smaller speaker grill, it's missing that finesse. Yeah. It's definitely missing that finesse. It's missing that finesse. And I think this is what I mean about it's the ethics of their brute forceness. It's the fact that we are not apologizing. We are not following trend. We are sticking to what we know best. But at the same time, we do appreciate what you're saying. So we will start making the phones a bit more elegant. We'll start with the back, but not necessarily the front. So I definitely agree with that, Fresh. You know, Razer definitely ain't on the finesse tip. It's interesting, man. It's interesting. It's interesting. But I agree. It doesn't have the finesse of, you know, what someone would look for in their phones and whatnot, you know, in terms of like aesthetics, you know, but it's gotten a lot better, man. Come on, man. The glass back with wireless charging and the RGB logos, though. Come on, bro. The RGB logos, though. Agree, Fresh Tech TV. I would hands down buy it for me for a much better design, and I agree. I can't disagree with that. I can't defend that at all. But we can appreciate that for a Generation 2 phone. I can actually trust the fact that they're probably Ming Lang Tang, who's the CEO. I will not be surprised if he's quietly in these comment section now, just not commenting but listening. Like, the dude listens. Hit him up on Twitter, he replies, he listens, right? I think this is a step in the right direction for how they can make their phones more elegant, right? They're listening, which is a good look. So Fresh, hit up Min Lang Tang. He might let you do a review on the Razer phone too, man. Bro, you never know. Agree with Fresh Tech TV. Biz McVal. Galaxy phones lag just too much. Not anymore. The old Galaxy phones with less than 6 gigabytes of RAM, I can kind of agree, but Galaxy phones that have 6 gigabytes of RAMs and above, you don't really have that problem anymore. Phones like the Mi A2, yeah, phones like the Mi A2 are on point because at that price point, stock Android to me makes sense for those phones, right? They make absolutely sense for those phones. It makes more sense because at that price point, you want a vanilla, straight to the point experience, which is where I think it makes more sense, you know? Shout out to, you know, my man Ryan Thomas from Feltech as well. Go watch his video on what makes Android One great on his Mi A2 Lite video, man. It was on point. Some reason I'm not hopping on the Pixel because the design is hot trash, especially that Pixel 3 XL. Oh my days. Like, people, we're going to talk about that today because people just don't want to accept the fact that this phone has legitly just poor hardware. It is such a hit and miss, and I think people were trying to make it seem like, oh, I was trying to gun after Google because I'm trying to hate on Google because I saw some units in store, retail and demo units that had mad blue shift on them. And I'm like, you guys are out here thinking like I'm out here to make Google look bad. I'm no one of any relevant size, but I'm going to see and call out what I see. And what's so funny is, yeah, it wasn't even me that clocked that some of the units that I saw of the Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3 XL had mad blue shift. It was my boy Fresh Tech TV, Courtney. Let me put this mic down. some reason about why are they moving mad like Apple? Nah, Apple's not even moving that mad. Like somehow Google are deciding to put Johnny Bravo's chin for a design of a phone, and then on top of that, it ain't even like a notch is bad enough. They decided to put a deep-seated notch. Like, bro, like, let me live a little. Like, just give me a slim top notch and no bottom chin, and we can call it even. Nah, Google out here like, well, because you guys said that you want dual speakers at the front, we're gonna give you a fat chin and also another big notch. Ho 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 ho. Nah, bro. Like, no. Like, credit to Apple from what they started on the iPhone 7 Plus and the iPhone 7. It is a smart way to do stereo dual speakers. If you use the earpiece and you use the bottom piece, you optimize the audio, you put a much bigger chamber in there, you optimize it in terms of surround sound to simulate it better, and you've got stereo speakers. Dual front-facing speakers is ancient, right? Unless you're going to unapologetically embrace it like Razer are doing, don't do it like that, Google, right? And can someone please explain to me why the Pixel 3 at that price point still cannot do face unlock? I'll wait. No one. How's this phone not got facial unlock? I get it. The fingerprint scanner is more secure, right? It's the secure layer of the smartphone to be able to do your biometric unlocks and also authenticate payment. I get that. But cheaper Android One phones have face unlock for convenience, right? What is the point in all that stuff that you've done at the top if you're not even going to give me some form of facial unlock? And if you look at the design of the ultra wide angle lens with the standard lens of the normal Pixel 3, right, you can tell that they've pushed it slightly to the bottom, slightly to the top, to the left, so that the bezels are slim enough to some extent, right, to not need a notch and still give you that speaker grille to be able to give you dual front facing speakers. Why was there a need for a notch? Like, nah, all this like, oh, you know, the notch isn't a big deal. Nah, yeah, I mean, fine, you can get used to it, but if you can avoid it, right, and it's not a necessary evil, don't just put it there for fashion. Like, that's how they did it. This is a necessary evil notch, right? It's a necessary evil notch because Face ID is actually the most sophisticated facial unlock system, right? Facial unlock system, right? Iris scanner by itself is still the most secure biometric, right? Because no one has the same eyes as you, right? No one has the same finger as you. So it goes iris, finger, then the facial unlock from the Face ID. That's the levels of security, right? Intelligent scanning is a bit hot trash because it just gets confused. If you use a Samsung device, I would say don't use intelligent scanning, just use iris scanner by itself. Simple. Like, it gets confused. It's long. Shout out to Mr. Who's the Boss. He did a very good video on explaining that as well, so go check that video out. Let me pause. Refill the water. Top it up. Whew. Man, I've been talking a lot, man. My throat's kind of dry still. Let's check the comment section before I continue, obviously. My Note 9 never lagged, Bismack. Exactly. 6 gigabytes of RAM and above makes all the sense. Stock Android phone user experience is the next thing to iPhone's blazing user experience on iOS. I guess so. I can't disagree with that, but I just feel like stock Android is better on lower Android One phones. Speaking about Samsung lag, I can't launch Twitter from the notification shade at times. Literally, all his horsepower. Yeah, I get that glitch as well. It's a glitch. I get that glitch. I can't lie. There's that notification. That notification glitch is there. Lover of Tech is going to sing to us. Tech fella, don't be like this. Don't put me on the spot like this. Don't put me on the spot like this. Don't. You be getting all my teeth grins and everything, man. All my grills be coming out and I'll be looking down, man. LOL. The RGB logos, though, trust me. RGB. Like, look at that. Look, RGB. You want RGB in your life. RGB will change your life. I must be one of the lucky ones. My phone never lags. No, it's not a luck thing. It's not a luck thing. Any Android flagship phone with 6 GB of RAM or more, there is a high tendency that there will be no lag. And this is where Google are going to fall into that trap, stock Android or not. I don't get how you're bringing out a flagship phone, and the stock Android thing makes no excuse. Android has a lot of overhead, and there's no way you can tell me that your flagship Android phone has the same level of overhead and optimization as iOS when they have 4 GB of RAM in an iOS device. They hit a brick rule with 3 GB of RAM, and they had to put more RAM. That's in an iOS device. And you're telling me, stock Android or not, your flagship phone is going to be longevity-wise fine on 4 GB of RAM, Google. You're smoking some pipe. Nah. I'll guarantee you this now. That Pixel 3 and Pixel 3 XL will be like City. And you guys will there be shocked. Marquez will make another video of why I don't use the Pixel 3 and Pixel 3 XL, because my 6T is blazing fast. Mark it on the wall when he makes that video. Come to this live stream when I tell you about that video that he makes in the future. about the camera is enough. The camera ain't enough. The camera is a novelty that wears off very quickly, but your user experience is going to overtake that. So if people really want stock Android, you can't be running stock Android on 4 GB of RAM. You can't. Like, no. Watch. Like, Marquez, I guarantee you, Marquez, after he gets over how good the Pixel camera is, will make another video of why I don't use my Pixel 3 XL anymore. Because of the 6T. Mark it on the wall. In-display fingerprint scanner, less of a notch, teardrop display, and blazing fast performance with Oxygen OS. That gives you stock. Mark it on the wall right now. Sorry, man. Need to go because I have school tomorrow. Ah, man. Have a good night's sleep. School's more important. School's more important. Thank you for joining the live stream. Johnny Bravo chin. I'm dead. It's true. Like, bro, they decided to just up in there, just like put Johnny Bravo's chin in there for a design of a phone, and people were like, oh yeah, this is design material. Come on, Google, man. Pompa's voice is the best. The Pompa's voice. Samsung doesn't have to add more RAM to make it up for the lag. Despite the outdated designs of the Google Pixel, I will choose them any day over Samsung because of stock. If you want stock, right, you can get that on a cheaper Android One phone that will have more power. Look at the LG G7 One. Look at the Nokia 7.1. Look at the Xiaomi Mi A2, right? If you want stock that bad, you can save yourself a lot of money and have phones that are better designed than the Google Pixel. The camera, I promise you, it's not enough for this Pixel to be worth it. And I'm going to bring up some prices for you guys to see why I'm saying it's not worth it. Like, it's not. It's not. Wait for the OnePlus 6T. Get these other stock Android One. Look, the only way the Pixel would have been worth it, like back in the day with the Nexus phones, yeah, is if Google was the only phone that you could have a stock Android experience with it. Then I would understand that there is a market of people that want an alternate iOS experience with Google having stock, and you can only get that with Google. You can only get that with Google. You know, like how PlayStation does it with certain exclusive games? Only on PlayStation. That carries a lot of weight in terms of exclusivity and availability to a certain market of people. But stock Android is not exclusive. This is what I'm trying to tell people. Google can't sell stock Androids as an exclusive because it's not. It's even as a timed exclusive. The only thing that they've got going for it as a timed exclusive is the Google Duplex feature of call screening, which is phenomenal. But I promise you that's going to trickle down to other stock Android phones later on, which means that it will also trickle down to other skinned Android phones later on that support Android 9 Pie. So then what is the incentive of having a Pixel 3 and a Pixel 3 XL when they do not have the exclusivity of having the only platform, the only OEM with stock Android? Please let me understand. It can't just be the camera. There's no ultra wide, there's no telephoto zoom, there's no 4K 60 frames per second, there's no super slow motion high frame rate video. What are you bringing to the table apart from just a basic point and shoot camera? please, guys, let me understand. I know I'm getting a bit excited, but I'm just trying to, let you know, like, don't you riding on because it's stock. I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough. Laugh aloud, he probably will. Guys, what are your thoughts on the Mate 20 Pro? It's launching on Tuesday. I can't wait. I'm gonna be at the event. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. For more than 4,000 milliamp hour battery. The Pro's meant to have an in-display fingerprint scanner, 4 cameras. Ah, man, listen. Huawei are bringing it today. They're bringing their heat as well. They are ones to watch. They are ones to watch, and I think they're doing more. And let me close on this. Let me bring this up before we got into our miscellaneous. Let me bring this up. So let me bring this up right here. Coffin Warehouse. So I'm going to switch up the screens right quick. Desktop and camera. Cool. Now, Coffin Warehouse is a third-party retailer that sells phones unlocked, right? Kind of probably my guys in America, maybe equivalent to Best Buy, but they just do mobile phones on contract, down payment, as well as buying cash outright unlocked, right? Any SIM card, any carrier in the world, right? Let me just bring up this, yeah, right? Google Pixel 3 XL. Right, let me bring this up. All right, Pixel 3 XL. Cool. So we got the Pixel 3 XL. I'm gonna go SIM free, which is just cash outright. Yeah, you're buying this, right? 64 gig is 869. 128 gig is how much? 969, right? Right. So keep that in your head. To buy this phone, right? To buy this phone, right? People are raving about this phone mainly because of just two main things. Yes, it's got dual speakers, but I'm saying two main things people keep singing to me about over and over and over again about this phone, base model 64 gig that is not expandable with no 256 option that you can get on a OnePlus 6 and it comes out cheaper. Remember that, right? It's stock and the camera. Those are two things people keep raving about. Cool. You're allowed to have that. Each to their own preference, whatever, right? Cool. That's the two. You're honestly telling me that this is a good deal compared to this phone right here, right? Let me search for this. Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Right, let's search for that. How much do you think you can get a Note 9 for? Right? Let's load it up. Let's load it up. All right, let's load it up. SIM free. Right, let's load it up. Right? Let's let this sink in for a minute. Both phones are unlocked to any SIM card, any carrier, anywhere in the world, right? 849. Let me pick up the mic, make it a bit more dramatic. 849, people, so you can hear me loud and clear. £20 cheaper. £20 cheaper. I get double the storage, a headphone jack with 32-bit audio optimized by Dolby Atmos, right? Dual stereo speakers, right? Fast charging, a gigantuous battery at 4,000 milliamps with fast charging, right? And wireless charging as well. Two speakers at the back, two cameras at the back, sorry, both with optical image stabilization with best-in-class video performance, as well as stellar photos performance as well, right? And no notch, the best display on the market with an OLED panel with no notch at a high resolution, which is ridiculously bright, and objectively probably one of the best design phones on the market. And guess what? With a cherry on top, you get an S Pen that is Bluetooth connected, that does a lot more things when you need it to. £20 less. You're telling me that stock Android is worth £20 more to get such a shortcoming of hardware? Let me put that mic down and let that sink in for a moment. Let me, I like this mic. Shout out to the mic. I can pick up the mic when I get dramatic, right? It makes it more interesting. It makes it more interesting. I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to engage with you guys in the comment section. Please let me understand why, right? If you're honestly telling me why the Razer Phone 2 is not a better deal than the Pixel 3 XL. If you want stock Android that badly. Why am I getting a Pixel 3 XL when I can pay £20 less, right? And get a much better phone hardware-wise and software-wise because I get more features that optimizes to the S Pen. If you're so adamant on the skin, as like people say, download Nova Launcher, make it look like stock Android, call it a day, and you get much more. Drop the mic, come see me later when you actually realize that the Pixel 3 XL is a deadbeat phone on arrival. You cannot tell me a one single camera lens at the back that just takes nice pictures, that does pretty much deadbeat overall video, right, with no focal length differences at the rear, right, is worth its money. No. Nah. Nah. No one can come up to me and sing stock Android. Stock Android ain't enough no more. You got companies like OnePlus, you got companies like Razer doing a much better job with stock Android than Google themselves. All Google have got to their name is that duplex call screening, which is not going to be an exclusive. It's something that's going to trickle down to the Pixel 2, the Pixel 2 XL, the Pixel 1, and all other stock Android-like phones, then onto skin Android phones. Then what's Google got a rad on the whole year? Oh, we've got the best camera because portrait mode on one single camera lens. Ha ha. But yeah, okay. Damn, so I had to get that off my chest, man. Competition matters. You can't bring your C game. Heck, you can't even bring a B game to the table. You're bringing a C game to the table. And all you've got to ride on is me buying a product that has a 50-50 chance of having a deadbeat display or really good display. I'm going to buy a phone that will give me either a 50-50 chance where the screen is going to be deadbeat with blue shift, or I'll get lucky and I'll get a good panel with a good non-shifting display. I've got to buy into that as well. Come on. No. So I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting out there. Problem with Samsung is about the updates. Late updates. No, the problem with Samsung, as what people like to say, is that they bring the latest version of Android late. But my Samsung device gets a monthly security update every single time like clockwork. I care more about security updates than features that don't really do anything, that Google are still going to be behind on features that were on skinned Android phones, as people like to say, from time ago. I would rather them crack down on security updates. And Samsung, with all their flagship phones, month on month, have security updates that come up every single time. And if no one believes me, check with any other Samsung user that has bought an official Samsung device from a carrier or direct from Samsung. Every single month, without clockwork, right, you get your security update. So no, I disagree with that as well. I disagree with that. Fine, I get that the latest version of Android could be released better, right? But Google have taken responsibility. This is why they've introduced Project Treble. Google have taken responsibility of the fragmentation of Android on why it takes so long for other OEMs to jump on it. Don't you think the other OEMs that actually use stock Android on their platforms, look at Essential. Essential took time before they updated, right? And even then, they were the quickest, but it wasn't instantaneously like the Pixel phones. Nah. So it's not about software updates, it's about security updates. So like people are saying, it don't really bring much. It don't really bring much, you know. Let's talk about this, man. Let's talk about this. But I'll choose the OnePlus 6 or the 6T over the new Pixels with the expectation of the cameras. I think even if you didn't have such high expectation of the cameras, the complete package of what you're gonna get with the 6T, even with the removal of the headphone jack, it's gonna be much better than what Google are gonna be giving you. Come on. If the Pixel looked as good, oh yo, bite review. What's good, man? Welcome to the Tech and Chill Show Unplugged. Shout out to Bite Review. What's good, man? I like seeing new people join the stream, you know, join the conversation. I like this. Oh man, awesome, man. Great to have you. Great to have you. If the Pixel looked as good as the S9 Note 9 series, people will go insane. I do agree that the Pixel hardware is nowhere near as nice as the Samsung. Even in terms of just raw brute power as well as aesthetics. Nah, not even close. To be honest, the Razer Phone 2 will get the same software in a month. Exactly. Like, I was talking to one of my followers, Morris. Shout out to Morris for joining the live stream as well. You know, it's like, oh, you were hating on the phone without using it. And I was like, to be honest, I've been using it in stores, demo and retail unit, because I've got a Google rep that's there, right? So I've actually been using it on the same equivalent level as any other person that got the device at these events, right? Which I'm grateful for. So I wasn't hating on the device that I wasn't seeing or using, right? It's dead on arrival. Honestly, it's dead on arrival. That's not a masses phone. That is a very big missed opportunity for a second generation phone, or a third generation phone. Razer's second generation phone is a much better buy than their third generation phone. And Google have been doing smartphones for a while, especially with the Nexus program. Like, you can't keep flopping like this. I told, like, Google, you cannot keep flopping like this. Like, you don't get that many chances in the smartphone industry, right? Maybe by name, you're cool, but like, nah, come on. We want you to compete. You're making Apple look like the better company. And even them, what they're doing is not a good look. But you're making them look better. Like, don't do this. I'm gonna put the mic down. I'm gonna relax a little bit. Tell them that the Pixel 3 XL is trash. No order way. If you're concerned about the price, then get the OnePlus. Both still, exactly. And it's not even about the Note. Phones like the LG V40 ThinQ, phones like the Mate 20 are not gonna get the shine that they deserve in terms of bringing true innovation to the table, right? Huawei are bringing their own system on a chip with their own manufacturing process on par, or probably gonna be a bit more powerful, or on par with the A12 Bionic from Apple. That's innovation. Bigger battery at 4,000 milliamps and plus, right? More accessibility. And like, these phones are not gonna get the shine because people are like, well, you know, stock Android. So stock. Yay. Camera. No. Like, yes, I praise the computational photography when it comes to HDR plus on the Pixel 2, the Pixel 2 XL, and also the Pixel 3. Yes, but please do not tell me you're bringing anything innovative to the table, even pound for pound, hardware-wise, against the manufacturers of your competition. You're not doing that. Nah, seriously, it gets me upset. People have got this kind of like high bar set for Google, and like what Fresh said, yeah, this Pixel's like, people are begging for it to do so well that they don't want to come with any bad energy to that phone. But yet when it comes to Apple and Samsung, yeah, they want to come with good energy against them, any other manufacturer, because it's like, well, they're not doing stock. Nah, like, no. Let's see what the comment section are saying. Note 9 has a 9.0 beta on XDA, so it will be here at the end of the year. Exactly. Half of the time, Samsung adds way more feature than Google does, so having the latest Verizon version of Android is irrelevant. Yep. Version. Hi, what's good? Could you talk about the Pixel 3 camera and features? I will do a proper ultimate camera comparison style. If you guys have not seen any of my ultimate camera comparison on my channel, when you do watch it, you got to get your popcorn and your meal and your drink ready to go through that. So I will definitely have an ultimate camera comparison for the Pixel 3 XL. I will give it where praise is due, like I did before. But what I'm trying to let people know is smartphone cameras are a novelty. Smartphone cameras have become so good now that there is not much of a difference for it to be the only deciding factor that will give you, like, I am not affiliated and I'm not associated with Marquez in any way, shape or form, but why do you think after him stating that the Pixel was the only phone he was using, that he made the video and he stated why he was no longer using the Pixel 2 no more, right? The camera wasn't enough. The camera was not enough in the end. What he wanted that people keep raving about is stock Android, right? If you want stock Android that bad, OnePlus is there, right? Razer is there. Android One phones are there, right? And most of them come more power packed than what Google are doing on their flagship. And Google's flagship phones can't even sell you on the fact that they're designed well. They are trash. Trash. No. Come on. Come on, guys. Wake up. Wake up. Don't bump yourself. Don't get caught in the hype. We get caught in the hype too much of like, it's a Pixel. Because it's from Google, it's a Pixel. Nah. Google should stick to software. They should just stick to just building the next Skynet to end the world. The irony is that they have the survey in their subreddit and they added that ugly notch. Well, because they don't care. They're not original. They don't care about hardware. They made it very clear. That's why they let the phone leak since May. That phone was leaking since May. And you know, yeah, I feel like they really disrespected the creators that they used, right? Because it makes the creators that they used in that video seem like they were in on it. And I would not want to see myself disrespected like that, to be used. Basically, to me, Google used these creators like Zone of Tech, Brian Tong, all these guys. They basically used them as a meme. You memed them. You made it seem like you're bringing out this Pixel True. And you know, this is the second year running that they've used the Pixel True, Pixel Ultra as a troll, right? 3 years running, they're going to do the same. They're going to sell people on the hype that the Pixel Ultra is real. And it's not. People are going to hit. People are going to do bag of leaks on it, bag of crazy stuff. The Pixel Ultra is real. Oh no, another hardware disappointment. 3 years running, guarantee that. Like, why? Like, why? All right. All right, here's the truth of the matter. All these phones are coming out here are amazing. So good, in fact, that the shortcomings are minute and criticism comes across as nitpicky, as you say. Yeah, it's true. And don't forget the fact that they are making you use their new gestures by default and you can't change it. Yep, spoiled. But as a consumer, if we all shared this rationale, there would be no sense of urgency for OEMs to push the boundaries and what would be stuck in notches. Yes, exactly. You know, we're not hating on the company. We're hating on the products that they're bringing out that need to be improved, especially when they are not living in their own bubble. This isn't a monopoly game right now. There's competition. £20 cheaper gets you a Note 8 base model. Let that sink in. £20, and this isn't with any fancy trade-ins. £20 outright cheaper gets you a Note 8. Best believe I know what I'm buying, right? Stock Android ain't gonna matter that much to me then. Trust me, it's not. It's not. But the public has spoken and we want great, not good. Google is privileged to be held to this standard. All publicity is good publicity and we know they're capable. Honestly, I don't think the Pixel is that popular as a phone. It's not. Bright review is not. People make it to seem like, well, the Pixel is not popular. People, and you can relate, you're in UK just like me. People, right, like Huawei and Samsung, two heavily skinned phones that people say are bad, people buy those phones. Consciously, not subconsciously, consciously. And people buy iPhones because it's an exclusive software ecosystem experience that you cannot get on any device. And that carries its weight in terms of pricing. That's why Apple products are overly priced, because they can command that. They've got the retail store structure. They've got the support system. They've got the long-term software support of more than half a decade of software updates coming to their smartphone, as well as in-store experience, as well as their beast of a system on the chips that they build with their A-series chips in their smartphones. Like, come on now, they can command that money. We don't agree with it, I don't like it, but they can do that because they live in that exclusive bubble. Google don't. Google do not. Like, Google you don't. Damn, they don't. Things upsetting me, bruh. Honestly, don't think that. Yep. We've seen it a lot because we're in the environment of tech reviews, and we all have tech, but we've seen about 2 to 3 pixels in a while. Savage, it's true. Bro, relax. Why are you getting angry about the Pixel smartphones? No, I'm not getting angry. I'm just a bit expressive. It's just a phone, but I'm just trying to let you know, like, go in with a much wider perspective of what makes a phone great, right? And what you really want from a phone, because you'll be surprised. You'll buy into it, and later on you will have genuine buyer's remorse, right? Thinking that it was this that I really wanted, but actually this is what I wanted, and this is what was actually better for me, and I could have saved money and had either the same experience or much better, because I weighted something that was so high but really wasn't much of a priority. So that's what I'm trying to get. But put some respect on that name. But it's true. Apple sold over 2 million phones in 2017. The Pixel sold 3 million. Okay, cool. I got the Note 9 at launch with £500 trade-in, and it was a no-brainer. There you go. And they make it easier for you to buy into. Where's the incentive? Where's the incentive with Google? Google just needs to drop all these OEMs and make Samsung, LG make their own OS straight up, especially with Samsung. I said it before, Samsung needed to have made Tizen their OS from when they dropped Android on their smartphones, and they were using Tizen on their smartwatches. Sorry. Google just needs to drop. Okay, cool. Then they can act like Apple. Yep, straight up. Cool. I like this. And on the final note, how long have we been going on this live stream? We've been going for 1 hour and 17 minutes. This is perfect. Shout out to everyone that's been engaging. Let me pick up the mic and just kick back a little bit. And okay, right. So hopefully the audio levels, if you guys are not getting deaf already, sorry, but I think the audio should be coming through fine. Man, the Samsung QE2 microphone is kind of nice. I like it, man. I like it. It's very, yeah, I like it. XLR and USB, so very flexible. I like it, man. I'm digging it. Yo, Technically T in the house. Yo, T, what's good, man? What's good, T? Shout out to Technically T. We call him Dr. Case, Mr. Case, the Case Master himself in the house, in the comments. What's good, bro? What's good? What's popping? Thank you for joining the stream. We're about to close up on the last topic, which is expectations of OnePlus 6T, and also the miscellaneous comments and devices that came out that were announced by Samsung. We're talking about the Galaxy A9, the Galaxy A7, the Galaxy J6 Plus, and the J4 Plus. The A9 is very interesting because on the hardware level, you're looking at a first rear quad camera smartphone, which is very interesting. It's very interesting. It kind of feels more like a product showcase, you know. So I'm trying to see if all the stuttering is coming through on the live stream as well. I don't know why it does this. I need to optimize OBS a little bit more. I thought I had it better optimized. I might have to drop it down to 1080p 30 frames a second. Not sure why, but it shouldn't really be stuttering that much. But again, I'll work it out. But I hope you guys are enjoying the quality of the stream in terms of video, lighting, and audio, as well as the background music. Like, just a little bit of a secret to you, you know, my favorite part of setting up the Tech and Chill show is actually what intro and outro song I'm gonna use when I'm actually starting the show. So shout out to anyone that was in the lobby early before the stream started. Let me know if you actually liked the live stream, and I'll post you who the artist was for the live stream intro song. So yeah, I dig that. Kimmy, what's good, Kimmy in the house? What's popping? What's good? Haha, chilling, man. Yes, T. I could dig with the chilling, man. It's cool. I could dig with the chilling. Oh, I like this track, man. Let me take a small little interlude. Oh, wow. Your live stream quality is always on point. I appreciate that, Chica. Thank you, madam. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm glad you guys appreciate the live stream quality and the crispiness of the audio. You know, I value that. Look, I don't get to always push out content as normal videos as I would like to. You know, I'm trying to definitely strike that balance. I will make sure that I get back onto the game and making sure I do regular videos, but at the same time, one thing I will not compromise on is ever missing a tech and chill show unless it's something really major. And what I want to do is make the tech and chill show feel like you're watching a proper video when you play it back, you know. So I'm definitely going to be looking to invest in bumping up to 4K quality UHD, as well as have a multi-camera setup. So it's all a continued work in progress. So thank you for sticking around. I really appreciate it. I thank you for always engaging in the comments. It's really appreciated, man. Without you guys, man, seriously, this stream would not be on point and would not be as fun as how I like doing it, and as much energy and vibe that I like to give off, man. So I appreciate it. Thank you. Have you had the chance to use the LG V40? I don't think it's coming to the UK, which breaks my heart. Which is just a negativity about LG that I really dislike about their marketing, their product execution. Shout out to Patrick. He knows what I'm talking about. We've had great conversations about this, man. LG's market execution sucks. It's really bad. Unfortunately. So yeah, that kind of, you know, it breaks my heart. I don't think I'll get to use the LG V40. So man, easily have the best stream quality out. Oh no, I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Hey Catwoman, I'll call you when the stream is over. Oh, cool. I'm gonna call you too. No, I'm joking. Do you know if there will be a UK launch event? No, so there won't be a UK launch event. What OnePlus does with their event is their normal numbered phones in the summer always have a UK event, which is really good. And then the T phones are always in New York, but there will be like a OnePlus pop-up event when the phone gets launched. So after launch, there will be like pop-up events in London, which I will be linking up with. So all the UK content creators tend to go to that, which, you know, it's a really good way to network with people. So OnePlus do a good job with that. So definitely, man. Crispy live stream, thank you. Crispy live stream award. Let's face it, LG is trash. LG is not trash. LG marketing and product execution is trash. LG is not trash. I will fight Courtney. I will fight you. I will find a flight to whatever state you live in. I will fight you on that. LG is trash when it comes to product execution and product marketing. That is true. But LG bring heat when it comes to phone hardware. They do. They bring serious heat. Quality control when it comes to software has been a problem. We can agree with that. Boot looping, G3, G4. Yes, we can agree. But from the Optimus days to now, LG brings some serious heat when it comes to hardware innovation on smartphones. But LG is its worst enemy. LG have no imagination when it comes to marketing, product execution, and emotional marketing especially. They don't know how to create fans of their brand. They don't. And me and Tech Valor talked about this when she jumped on the live stream before. LG do not know how to make fans of their brand. They do not know how to make fans of their product. They don't know how to emotionally buy people in to invest in such innovative and strongly based hardware. This is the issue that LG have. They don't have that. They don't have that. And it really makes me sad. It really makes me sad. Shake my head, Butterfingers always dropping the ball. So you're saying LG is trying. Thanks for sharing the knowledge. That's cool, man. I'm glad you appreciate it. I've been to every OnePlus pop-up since the 3T. Would be great to meet you. Yeah, man, hit me up. Follow me on Twitter, man. I'll probably hit you back as well. Hit me up, let me know. And for sure, I'll be at the pop-up events. LG has damn solid phones, but marketing and timing. Yes, market. Thank you, T. You dropped one thing, timing. Let me put the mic down for a little bit, man. Timing for real. Timing is another problem that they have. Timing, and it's really jarring. Like, it's just like the camera's focusing, the fabric is sorry, it's got autofocus on, so when you point it there, it will just shoot. Sony, that's Sony for you, man. I leave that autofocus on. They've been on too long not to know how no pass. Okay, cool. Until they get their marketing on point and a decent following, they can't release phones around when the big dogs release their phones because they will get overlooked. Yes, they're getting overlooked now. They're getting overlooked now. Like, it's sad. It breaks my heart. This is what I mean. They don't have that emotional buy-in. They don't know how to make fans of their brand at all. And it's like, LG, man. LG, for real. I'm looking this way because this is where the comments are flying. So I ain't even like I'm trying to ignore you people. You people are just too good of people, man. Just taking your Sunday evening out for most of the people in the UK and in Europe. Man, I appreciate your time, man. Thank you. Thank you for joining the live stream. Let me know if you actually dig the playlist of the music that's playing in the background, as well as we're chilling and we're talking about tech, man. Come on, man. I like my music. I like my music, man. It helps to engage. It makes it feel like it's a radio show that you're listening to, boy. Oh. But for real, T, you said it right. Until they can actually get some marketing done, get people that can do good emotional marketing that can make people fans of their brand, fans of their product, execute on time, get good carrier deals, get people well educated, right? LG are just their worst enemy. LG are their worst enemy, and it makes me sad because they are bringing product innovation, not just basic stuff, but genuine product innovation on a hardware level, right? But no one is appreciating it. And what's so sad is when other OEMs that are much more well established or have a better marketing execution do what LG did first, right? They'll make it seem like it was these OEMs that were doing it first, but LG was doing it time ago. Right? And it makes me sad. It really makes me sad for them. Got to keep the same energy that you've been giving Google. LG's trash. No. I'm keeping the same I'm keeping the same energy, bro. Ain't even about the fact I'm not keeping the same energy. What I'm trying to establish is, yeah, you've got to differentiate where they're bad, and we got to give them we got to give them something that is definitely not good. And I'm coming with that same energies that is their marketing and product execution, and how they deal with brands, how they deal with carriers, how they internationally execute. That is hot trash, and they are their worst enemy because of that. Like, I come with the same energy. Don't come at me with that. Fresh, I'ma find you, you know. I will find you, bro. What are your thoughts on Apple Genius Bar selling repairs? Yeah, I think they got the heat for that, you know. They got the heat for that. Guys like Snazzy Q, guys like Linus Tech Tips, they did a great video on the whole iMac Pro repair. You know, it's not perfect, but they've been held accountable, you know, when it comes to, like, you know, the battery software, you know, what do you call it, depletion rate and stuff. Yeah, I mean, for real, like, my thoughts on that was they've been held accountable. They've been put under the spotlight. They made the repairs cheaper for even out of warranty products, right? They got held accountable. So it's good. It's good. How many phones has LG made? They are OGs in the game. No passes for their BS. No, I agree. They should not get any pass for how poor their marketing execution has been. Nah, for real, they shouldn't. That's why I'm saying LG is their worst enemy, even though they're bringing innovative products on a hardware level that are solid, right? And it's sad. It makes me sad for them. I actually like this track. So yeah, my expectations of the OnePlus 6T, I think I'm calling it the OnePlus 6T will be the Google Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3 XL killer. Straight up. It will be the Pixel and the Pixel 3 XL killer. Straight up. I think the price is still going to be competitive. I think there will be a price increase of 2 to 5%. I think for each SKU model of 64 to 128 and 256 model, they might sneak in a 512 model on a special edition phone that they always do, right? I think the price, even with the increase of about 20 to 30 pounds on each model, right? I think that is the Pixel 3 XL killer. And I think for all my guys that are in stateside that were telling me about it, you know, shout out to Tech Valor as well. Go check out her channel, show her some love. But she interjected some knowledge for what they did as the first Chinese manufacturer customer that were able to get a carrier deal, right? Which means handset subsidy. The phone is already not that expensive, so the handset subsidies are going to be hella cheap, right? They actually beat Huawei to the punch, but yet they do not have a clean slate when it comes to privacy, and customer data as well. So for real, I think OnePlus, if they're able to ace it, and I think they're gonna go multi-channel in terms of network accessibility in the UK as well. So it's not just gonna be O2 that has the exclusivity on OnePlus, but I think OnePlus are gonna be on all the major carriers in the UK as well. This is going to be a game changer because that phone will still be unlocked and will natively support dual SIM, right? That in itself, right, is to me a Pixel 3 and a Pixel 3 XL killer. I think it is. I think the only thing Google had over them was the fact that they had the network support, but the network support is still only support to Verizon. My Americans, my US guys, man, over the pond, please let me know what's good. Like, is it still Verizon that you can only get as a carrier exclusive with the Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3 XL, or is it on both the CDMA as well as the GSM networks like T-Mobile and Sprint and AT&T? What's up, Canada's Tech, my man? What's good, bro? Thank you for joining the live stream, and I appreciate this. LG G5 was a great phone. That magazine battery slot was so cool. The magazine battery. I like that. I like that, man. I like that still. I may need to be I may need you to be sad for Google too. All right, I'm done trolling. Thanks for the shout. What's good? Tell me anytime. Yeah, Verizon only Pixel, and I think then that makes it the competition of which stock Android phone am I going to be getting, yeah, as a carrier phone to buy. Either I go CDMA, which I think is a bit of a weird network style anyway, or do I get GSM and get a OnePlus 6T? But you can buy unlocked Pixels, true, but you unlocked Pixels outright. There's no subsidy, there's no payment plans, there's no subsidy if I'm correct. And again, this is what I'm saying. It brings that limitation of, for all that I'm buying into, right? I'm gonna have a much better access with special trade-ins, right? If I go directly with Samsung and buy the phone outright from them unlocked. This is what I mean about, this is where Google are losing. They're losing right now. They're losing to me. Google are losing, you know? So that's my overall expectation. Obviously, it's going to be the same system on a chip, 6 gig RAM, 8 gig RAM option, 3 storage SKUs, water drop display, which for me that I do not like notches, that teardrop water drop display looks nice, right? With face unlock, not as a secure element, but optic in display fingerprint scanner. It's sad that that the headphone jack is gone. Like, it annoys me, and I've made a big deal about it. I will still keep making a big deal about it, but I'm just saying the headphone jack going is just stupid. But bigger battery with warp charging, and we're talking about warp charging on the same level as VOOC charging from Oppo, right? If you guys know about the Lamborghini edition of the Oppo Find X, go check out Tech Alta's channel, right? A 3,300 milliamp hour battery charged from 0 to 100% in 35 minutes. That's no joke. VOOC charging is no joke. So warp charging is gonna be on that level. 0 to 100% in 35 minutes. I need super VOOC charging in my life. Like, yo, I need VOOC charging, people. VOOC charging, yeah? Crazy stuff. So I'm looking forward to the OnePlus 6T. I can't wait to see what OnePlus bring to the table. I've given OnePlus a hard time in the past, but overall, I think what they're bringing to the table is just hella. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I think another thing that Google have done wrong that I wish they didn't do. It's a month before the phone will actually be able to be purchased, right? That means the OnePlus 6T will be coming at the same time as the Pixel 3. And if you want my straight honest opinion, forget personal preference, get the OnePlus 6T, save your money, get the OnePlus 6T, have change, spend that extra money on something else. Do not buy the Pixel 3 XL. It's just not there yet. So that's it. That's it for me tonight. That is it for me tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. Let me take some of your questions. I'll interject a little bit. The Galaxy A9 is not meant to be a high quality phone. The cameras are not ultra sharp. You know, you've got a main camera that is 24 megapixels with f1.7 aperture. You've got a 8 megapixel ultra wide, 120-degree ultra wide field of view, which is actually more than what LG are doing, which is on point. A telephoto zoom and a depth camera, which I don't like the fact that the depth camera is 5 megapixels. How you're matching 5 megapixels to 24 megapixels to do portrait mode, it's gonna be a miss. But it's a showcase for camera flexibility for what could be coming next year with the S and the Note phone from next year, right? So especially with the fact that it's got a Snapdragon 660, it's an interesting product. Who is it for? It still has a great FHD plus 18.5 by 9 aspect ratio Super AMOLED display, which it looks gorgeous. 6 inches, it looks gorgeous. Big battery, 6 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage with SD card. It's not a perfect phone, but it's a good indication of what we could be getting next year from Samsung, right? It's not going to win any awards in outright quality, but right now it wins the award of the most flexible camera hardware system on any smartphone, on par with the LG V40 ThinQ, and it stands alone outright by having the first quad camera on a rear camera, so on a rear smartphone. So I kind of just wanted to give a bit of a miscellaneous in there. So yeah, that's it, man. That's it. Whoo! I have had fun. I'm not gonna lie to you, like I've had ridiculous amount of fun with you guys tonight. So if you've got any questions while we've got a bit of time to round up, drop them please, and I'll be more than happy to answer the questions before we sign out and close out. This has probably been, compared to last week, I'm starting to enjoy the energy and vibe from you guys a lot more, man. I hope you guys can feed off it too, you know? I hope you guys can feed off it too. Like, I feel like I can be myself a bit more on these live streams compared to when I do my normal videos. So I really appreciate you guys, you know, chiming in, dropping in, you trolls. Like, I'm looking at you, Fresh Tech TV. You are the best troll award tonight goes to Fresh Tech TV. How about that? So if you guys don't know about Fresh, go check him out. Go check him out. Show love. Go subscribe. Show love to the family for Fresh TV as well. Tech Fusius, what's good, bro? Tech Fusius, man, you joined right at the end. Where have you been, bro? Long time. Vuk is ridiculous. Vuk is ridiculous. Vuk takes your phone from 0 to 100% in like 50 minutes or an hour. Super Vuk is what I need in my life. That 30 minutes, 100% charge life. Super Vuk. I need that in my life. But Google do a great job of marketing that option. Don't know why. Yeah, they do. Great stream. It's been awesome. Thank you, guys. I'm gonna be closing out. I'm gonna be shutting shop. Again, I'm gonna give you 2 more minutes to drop your questions, drop your comments. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section below, and I'll be more than happy to answer. So I'm gonna shut down the music for a little bit and just, you know, talk to you guys. How was the audio? How was the audio? Did you guys enjoy this new audio setup? What about, shout out to the mic. You guys like the mic, innit? The drama behind picking up the mic and really going hard at it, man. You guys enjoyed it, right? Yes. So let me know what you thought of the new audio setup as well. It's very flexible. It gives me voiceovers on the go and a much more easy plug and play system. But I still do have my Rode NT1-A, I think. Yeah, condenser microphone. I still love that, but this is a much more flexible system. So when it's a live stream, so this is another thing that I shameless plug for social media. Follow me on Instagram, loveroftech_BA, all in the links in the description below. And also on Twitter, Lover of Tech, all as one word. Lover of Tech BA, all as one word. Again, in the description below. I was having a discussion with people, and people were saying that they preferred the live streams 8 p.m. GMT +1 UK time in the evening, right? But I'm trying to see if Monday Night Live would be better. So follow me on Twitter. Let me know what you guys would want me to do. Do you want the Tech and Chill Show Unplugged to be, and this isn't based on algorithm, this isn't based on traction, this is just based on just raw engagement with you guys. I'm talking to you guys. Do you want the Tech and Chill Show Sunday nights, or do you want it Monday nights? Let me know, and I will try and make that adjustment or sustain it as it should be. But usually at the moment, until I've actually said it or there's plans that come up, Tech and Chill Show Unplugged is 8 p.m. GMT +1 UK time. Every evening, every Sunday, without fail. Oh, Dave. Dave, you're part of the replay crew. I'm sorry. I'm signing out, man. I gotta chill with the missus. You know? The kids are in bed now. Tech and Chill Show, 10 o'clock. Me and my missus, we're going to have our evening and chill. So I got to sign out, people. Next time, be on time. You know, be on time. When are you going to bring wifey? I'm waiting for another microphone to come on Tuesday. Then I'm going to get another audio interface that has 2 XLR inputs, so she can have her own microphone, so she can pick up the mic. Now wifey, let me tell you now, wifey's going to be the super moderator. All you lot that ain't in check, you're going to get blocked by wifey. She's going to be the super moderator, so best beware. So wifey's going to be my super moderator. So I'm still kind of convince her to make sure that she's going to be comfortable in front of camera and everything. So yeah. Hashtag bring wifey to stream. Follow her on Twitter as well. Harass her to come onto the stream, and she probably will. Mate, some of us have work. I've got work too. But work. How can you put work before the Tech and Chill Show? Who are you, Dave? Don't come at me with we've got work. What work do you do? Work's not more important than Tech and Chill Show. Guys, tell him work is more important than Tech and Chill Show. We're gonna have words. I know where you live, Dave. Oh, my man. Love you, bro. See, look. No, Dave, let me tell you something. Fresh already won the Troll of the Year, Troll of the Stream Award. Like, you can't come late with the Pixel 3 XL Phone of the Year nonsense to try and troll me to try and win the troll. The troll of the night was already Fresh Tech TV. He's won. So don't come with your late self and try and be giving me troll of like the Pixel 3 XL is Phone of the Year. Don't be that late troll. Be the on-time troll. Fresh was here before the stream even started. He was in the lobby. Like, don't be like that, Dave. Man, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Definitely hit me up on the social. Shout out to the replay crew. Hit me in the comments. I'll give you a reply as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. And I am going to sign out.